Elijah,
Yes.
go ask your mom to take everything off of Wi-Fi.
Daddy, do the Bobby Bean.
Welcome to the MasterMind Library. I am. They call me Ferdinand, the bringer of balance, leader of many disciplines, and one of your hosts of the MasterMind Library, the home of the MasterMind Book Club on FHTII.com. And I'm here today with my co-host, Trigger. Trigger, how you doing, buddy?
Let the enter the mommy in that jar.
Yes, he's coming back. Okay. Did you have a good weekend? No? You had some hard times this weekend? Okay. All right. Well, hopefully.
Daddy and cute.
What's that?
And cute.
What's it? Sunflower seeds?
No, cute.
Juice?
Cute.
Oh. Okay. I guess you do got a good vantage point to see the juice. All right, that's enough. You're not going to drink a whole lot before nap time.
Okay.
Yes.
Daddy, how about you?
Not right now. Okay, we'll have some sunflower seeds later. Those aren't cashews, those are sunflower seeds. All right, so today we are on episode 105. But before we go into our episode, you want to introduce our live audience, Trey? Yeah, go ahead and introduce our live audience. Who is that? Sincere? And Huey? You want some more juice? Who is that?
There.
Oh, okay. Who's that?
Huey.
Okay. Who else is here? Is Elijah?
And that's it.
Okay, very good. Here you go. All right. So, as y'all can see, sometimes I have to do a little bit of juice bribing. Okay, to get things done. But yeah, we're in episode 105 today of the MasterMind Library. And the book that we've been reading is Simulacra Simulation. We're in chapter 5 today. So we're going to go ahead and move to that section of chapter 5. All right, Apocalypse Now. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right, Trey, that's enough, buddy. You're drinking a lot. All right. Hopefully. Yeah, that's enough, though, for right now. Okay. All right, so let's make this a little bit larger, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, Apocalypse Now, that's chapter 5. Let me fix that for y'all real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you, Elijah. Chapter 5, Apocalypse Now. Coppola makes his film like the Americans made war. In this sense, it is the best possible testimonial, with the same immoderation, the same excess of means, the same monstrous candor, and the same success. The war as entrenchment, as technological and psychedelic fantasy. The war as a succession of special effects. The war become film even before being filmed. The war abolishes itself in its technological test. And for Americans, it was primarily that, a test site, a gigantic territory in which to test their arms, their methods, their power. Coppola does nothing but that. Test cinema's power of intervention. Test the impact of a cinema that has become an immeasurable machinery of special effects. In this sense, his film is really the extension of the war through other means, the pinnacle of this failed war and its apotheosis. The war became film. The film becomes war. The two are joined by their common hemorrhage into technology. The real war is waged by Coppola as it is by Westmoreland, without counting the inspired irony of having forests and Philippine villages napalmed to retrace the hell of South Vietnam. One revisits everything through cinema, and one begins again. The Molochian joy of filming, the sacrificial joy of so many millions spent, of such a holocaust of means, of so many misadventures, and the remarkable paranoia that from the beginning conceived of this film as a historical, global event in which, in the mind of the creator, the war in Vietnam would have been nothing other than what it is, would not fundamentally have existed. And it is necessary for us to believe in this. The war in Vietnam in itself, perhaps in fact, never happened. It is a dream, a baroque dream of napalm and of the tropics, a psychotropic dream that had the goal neither of a victory nor of a policy at stake, but rather the sacrificial, excessive deployment of a power already filming itself as it unfolded, perhaps waiting for nothing but consecration by a superfilm, which completes the mass spectacle effect of this war. No real distance, no critical sense, no desire for raising consciousness in relation to the war. And in a sense, this is the brutal quality of this film, not being rotten with the moral psychology of war. Coppola can certainly deck out his helicopter captain in a ridiculous hat of the light cavalry and make him crush the Vietnamese village to the sound of Wagner's music. Those are not critical, distant signs. They are immersed in the machinery. They are part of the special effect. And he himself makes movies in this way, with the same retro megalomania and the same non-signifying furor, with the same clownish effect in overdrive. But there it is. He hits us with it. He hits us with that. It is there. It is bewildering. And one can say to oneself, how is such a horror possible? Not that of the war, but that of the film, strictly speaking. But there is no answer. There is no possible verdict. And one can even rejoice in this monstrous trick, exactly as with Wagner. Well, one can always retrieve a tiny little idea that is not nasty, that is not value judgment, but that tells you the war in Vietnam and this film are cut from the same cloth, that nothing separates them, that this film is part of the war. If the Americans seemingly lost the other one, they certainly won this one. Apocalypse Now is a global victory. Cinematographic power equal and superior to that of the industrial and military complexes, equal or superior to that of the Pentagon and of governments. And all of a sudden, the film is not without interest. It retrospectively illuminates, not even retrospectively, because the film is a phase of this war without end. What was already crazy about this war, irrational in political terms. Americans and the Vietnamese are already reconciled. Right after the end of the hostilities, the Americans offered economic aid, exactly as if they had annihilated the jungle and the towns, exactly as they are making their film today. One has understood nothing, neither about the war nor about cinema, at least the latter. If one has not grasped this lack of distinction, that is no longer either an ideological or a moral one of good and evil, but one of the reversibility of both destruction and production, of the imminence of a thing in its very revolution, of the organic metabolism of all the technologies, of the carpet of bombs in the strip of film. And that concludes chapter 5. On our next episode, we'll be coming back with chapter 6, the Boberg effect, implosion and deterrence. Powerful book here, y'all. Simulacra Simulation. Thank y'all for being here with us today on episode 5. And like I said, on the next episode, we're going to hit episode 6. Y'all be blessed and expose your gift.